whatever it's called. Hello and welcome to Jabberjaw. I'm your host, Jessica Dawson Collier, and with me, as always, is Tyson Wheeler Dynas and Matthew David Smith. Guys, welcome back.
Thank
after
you.
a brief hiatus.
It was a little hiatus.
It was.
Yeah.
I hadn't really thought about it until Beth asked me. She was like, "It's been a minute." And I'm like, "Well, stuff's been going on." I said, "Well, I knew you were going to get into it, but you were traveling and
Mhm.
you had a birthday weekend, and so I was like, yeah, it's been a minute." I was like, I can't even remember what
Life
happened.
happens.
Yeah. So anyway,
Does.
it's great to be back.
Yes, it is great to be back. What have
is.
you guys been up to? What's been happening?
I'm the least interesting person. So you guys have done a lot more interesting things than I have. So I'm gonna let you guys go
Dawson's done. I knew we usually do this in the reverse order, but I say we start with Dawson because
Oh,
Dawson's
God.
done way more exciting shit than y'all we have. So yeah, let's do that.
Well,
Yeah.
the
Y'all.
fans of the show may hear y'all. Y'all. You might hear a souvenir I brought back.
Okay, hold on, just real fast. That's the second time Matt said y'all to us in the pre-show and now. Do you have hillbilly AIDS?
Oh my God!
Oh
yes,
shit!
Smith,
you might be right.
You should get tested right away.
Oh, I should get tested.
That's a reoccurring joke. No,
that is.
No, that is. Yeah.
Well done, Tice.
That was really good. That was really good. Yeah.
It's a good throwback. It's a good throwback.
You have to eat some jerky and see if it's. Apparently, I was talking to my dad about it. Apparently, my uncle had hillbilly AIDS before they even knew what it was. So.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it took him like 9 months to diagnose him with something, and he kept on being sick, and it was just because he kept eating red meat. That's all it was.
Oh my God, poor guy.
I know. So anyway,
good to know your dad listens to the podcast still.
I'm pretty sure. I think they've listened to a few episodes. I think when they feel like breaking the fourth wall between parenting and child, they listen and they're like, it's enough of that.
That's two more than my father.
That's enough of that. Yeah. Pull that curtain closed. It's not worth it.
Nope. Just keep it closed.
Just all our adoring my parents' adoring fans, that share our wisdom and let us know how we're doing, on the course, on the golf course. Yeah.
Aw, that's sweet. Oh my God.
You went on a trip or 4? I don't know. How many trips have you gone on in the last?
So many people have been making fun of me because they're like, hey, you went to New York before you went to Paris and Munich. That's something too. And I'm like, yeah, but New York is like, old hometown sort of thing. So I'm like, hey, back in the city, whatever, doing the things that I like to do when I lived there for a couple nights. And then also helping Glassman pack, which was something else.
Is she moving? Is that why we're sure packing?
No, packed for the trip. She took her sweet time. Yeah, it was like she didn't pack until the afternoon that we were flying out. Like stuff like that. So
that rings
we're
true.
Very different travelers. I'm more of a preparer. She's more of like spur of the moment situation. So like we'll get there when we get there. Which was a whole other thing I'll talk to you both about offline. But it was fine. We went to Paris first to visit our friend Audrey, who lives there now and has been living there. Have you guys met Audrey? Did you ever meet Audrey?
Was she the one that went to NYU?
Yes. Smith, okay, yeah.
I thought so.
But she was a musician, right? She's in the band, or am I thinking of somebody else?
No, I think you're thinking of somebody else. She was at Glassman's wedding. She was in the wedding.
Okay, then I definitely met her.
You probably met her at some point, but she's wonderful. She's doing really well in Paris and loves it. And so we stayed at her place for a couple days. Went to Moulin Rouge, went to Notre Dame, went and found Mexican food. Which everybody was shitting on me about, and I don't care.
That was funny. She's my God. Paris and ate Mexican food, and I was like, "Of course they did. Of course they did.
Hilarious.
I
love Mexican food.
You guys thing ever. Yes, I agree."
Audrey was the one who thought of it, and I have to say that because everybody's like, "Oh, Audrey," and she is salt of the earth. She's like one of the best people I know. period. But the girl loves Tex-Mex. And so when we were there, she was like, let's find a place because nobody will go with me. So we did find this
Yeah.
hole in a wall. And I have to say, guys, it sucked. Like the
Mm.
thing about like French food in general that I gained from 2 days of being there is like it's very underseasoned. So like you have to ask them for salt and pepper. I was
Yeah.
not expecting that. I don't know what I was expecting, but man, the Mexican food, it was so bland. It was like the most bland Mexican food I've ever had in my life. And the lady and her husband that own it, they're from South America, like a certain part in South America. So they speak Spanish and then also French. So they were kind of like a weird combination in general, but they were like, hey, do you want the mild salsa or the hot salsa? And I'm like, hot salsa, like bring it on. It was like a mild sauce, like
Yeah.
stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I'm dumping it on everything. Anyway, it was a whole thing. I love that I took a picture of chips and salsa and guacamole with a little carafe of wine. And the wine there is fucking phenomenal. Like that goes without saying. But anyway, we had a blast in Paris, and then we went to Munich to meet up with some more friends for Ryan Heyer's 40th birthday. Happy belated, Ryan. We love you. And yeah, I went to Oktoberfest, which was a lovely mess. It was so much fun. I keep telling people, I'm like, it's a once in a lifetime experience, emphasis on once. I don't know if I could do it again.
I was respecting the hell out of your stamina because what were you? How many hours were you there? Like
Well,
it was
that's the
like
thing, dude. Because like you go like travel overseas, jump the pond, and you're already like sleep deprived.
right.
And so we were running on like maybe 2 to 3 hours of sleep max in general per night. So once we got to Munich, it was like even less than that because your sleep schedule is all thrown off anyway. So my body clock was super fucked. Like it was just not working at all. So the best thing you can do when that happens is drink liters of beer
There you go. Yeah.
But don't
in a
they?
giant tent with a
But,
bunch of random strangers.
but don't
Yeah.
don't they sort of like keep giving you food, to keep you going, or am I
Yeah,
wrong about
so
that?
the way that you do it is, as we found out the first day we went, you get in line because the festival opens at 10. And it's a giant ass festival. I don't know what I was thinking. I knew there would be tons of people there. It is on a whole other scale of any festival I've ever been to in my life. And that is not an exaggeration. So they open up the gates and literally people are running to the tent that they want to find a table at. So like we were running to the Augustiner tent, which was delicious beer, super big plug there. And we found a great table really close to the band. And yeah, Tice, they like, ask you before the kitchen officially opens up at 11, do you guys want some pretzels? Like,
Yeah.
as you're ordering liters of beer, which are like 15 euros a piece, and you're like, yes, I haven't eaten breakfast yet. Bring it on.
Yeah.
So like that first liter goes down real smooth, and then the rest of it is just like, oh fuck. I mean, the boys were like, I want to say C Money and Ryan had 5 to 6 liters, and then they forgot how much they had after that. That was the first day. Like it was just that sort of thing for the entire day. And so I definitely felt like I was becoming mom at certain points. Like there were people in our group that were like nodding off or not talking because they drank so much beer. So I'm like, we got to get you water. We got to get the hell out of this tent. That is the only thing I would say too is the guys we were with were obsessed with staying in the tent. We wanted to check out the rest of the festival. So I would bring everybody outside to get some fresh air because like if you think about it, you're literally in a tent with a bunch of people consuming beer, sausage, sauerkraut, potatoes. Like it just smells like farts everywhere you
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
period. It's just like that's
Yeah.
the thing they don't tell you. It's awesome. There's all kinds of things to see, but it smells like a giant fart everywhere. Like
Interesting.
especially as the day progresses. So anyway, we had a really great time. We did some touristy stuff too. I have a ton of stories. I don't want to like take over all this, but like it was, I mean, that last day we were
Yeah, go ahead.
there, I was drinking water. Like it was like
You're-
going out of style. Yeah. And water, I will say, is 12 euros to have like a liter of. Yeah. How stupid is that?
That's so
I
much.
know.
That's
It's so much. Too
At
much.
like the festival is $12.
$12.
That's like
Wow. It's like,
Oh,
yeah, it's like
12
they're
euros. Yeah.
financially
Warped Tour
mocking
money.
you for not drinking. Like
Oh
that's
my God.
like,
Our waiter, Thomas, was laughing his ass off at me. He's like, oh, you've had a little too much Oktoberfest. And I'm like, I'm starting to feel sick, bro. Like, it's that. And like, I don't know. Something's overtaking me. It's not good. Anyway, I survived. It was super fun. Everyone should do it at some point. And then, yeah, I got back, took a couple days. I was coughing and sneezing a little bit. And then I was like, oh yeah, we have a concert to go to. So we went and saw Built to Spill and Modest Mouse. And I swear to God, guys, that was one of the loudest shows I've ever been to in my life was Modest Mouse. Like we were right up by the stage.
You
They
were
were
close.
fucking rocking their balls
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
And my ear, like, it wouldn't stop ringing for like 2 days. I was like, that would be the stupidest fucking story of my life to say I lost my hearing at a Modest Mouse show. Like, nobody would believe that. Anyway, we've been doing things, seeing things. It's been crazy, but I'm alive.
I think we've talked about this before, but the loudest shows, like that's that thing, like I know Matt still has ringing in his ear sometimes, right?
yeah, not as often, but it took a good quarter decade or quarter century to kind of wear it. I mean, it sucks. It's not tinnitus is no fun.
No.
No.
Jonas has it too. My brother has it. It's like it's a gift that keeps on giving.
It really is.
I don't have it.
is.
I will say the two loudest shows I've ever seen, and partially because of where I was, and I think I've talked about this before, but Mighty Mighty Boss Tones and then Super Chunk at Riot Fest because
Yeah.
we were in the VIP and it was just like it's very loud. But it was
Yeah.
And that was outdoors.
That was outdoors, yeah.
And it was
That's insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like that is
to be fair,
that's impressive.
we were in the VIP section, so we were kind of close to the speakers, but we
Okay.
still weren't that close. And it was I mean,
that's freaking wild.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Anyway, that sounds amazing. I think I want to do. My daughter-in-law is. She was at Oktoberfest while you were there.
I know, and I never saw her, but did she have a good time?
Oh my God, the pictures say she did. She
good.
had a hell of a good time. Yeah. So,
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Were they were at the exact same Oktoberfest? Like,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Well,
We were there at the same time.
That's
Beth
crazy.
actually sent me a picture and she was like, hey, this is what they look like. And I go, in my head, I didn't say this to Beth. I'll say it to you now. I was like, I know what your daughter looks like. Just say your daughter. She was so sweet about it, though. And then she was like, send me a recent picture of yourself. So I literally took a picture of myself in the car and sent it to her. Anyway,
Wow.
It was a funny little thing, but I'm glad they had a good time, too. Actually, my recruiting partner is there right now at Oktoberfest. So I literally got back and 2 days later, it was almost like I tagged her in. She's off to Oktoberfest and Amsterdam. So
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Wow.
everybody's doing it. Yeah,
Crazy.
guys got to do it too.
I guess the Hayes Oktoberfest has already happened, hasn't it? I didn't even.
It has.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
it probably has. Yeah.
Didn't even register with me this year.
Me neither,
Usually
no.
I miss it a little bit, but this
You
year I
see
just
the
completely missed it.
giant beer rock that they make that looks
I was
disgusting.
didn't they started doing that last year and it was gross as hell. Like it was like
so
the worst
nasty.
idea ever. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. And it didn't look like that was the thing is it just didn't look good. Like,
No.
we can't, that's all I have to go on. I can't taste it. So I just have,
Nope.
and most people aren't going to taste it. And I think they cut it up and like, oh,
Well, it's a weird thing, like, because it was
Hard pass.
like they're like trying to make the biggest one every year, right? But I mean, like,
Yeah, they're
like,
trying to get in the Guinness Book of World Records, right?
but
Or
it's
some
like
shit.
it's like making a regional item. It's not like you're making the biggest pizza in the world. Where everybody's like, oh, I
Right.
know what a pizza is. There's like a small group of people in Kansas and Nebraska that know what a beer rock is.
All right, you basically get in the book for knowing how to make one, and then anything on top of that is just kind of wasted effort. Like, because are we really going to find another community that's going to like challenge us? Like, that's what I want to do. I want to find like some other small like Nebraskan town that really takes us like a kick to the the nards and just like nards. So I don't know where that, but I think that's what needs to happen. Rivalry.
It needs to happen.
We'll do
Because literally, I got so many people in Germany. I'm like, have you heard of a beer rock? They're like, no, I haven't. And I'm like, oh yeah, well, that figures.
That's because all German Volga food is just fucking cheap bullshit food that like we could only afford because we were
totally.
forced settlers.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's the meat pie. The meat pie is has a
It's
legacy
basically,
of
yeah,
sort of peasant
Yeah, I
food
mean,
in
it's like,
many cultures.
the fried bologna sandwich, like that's not culinary delight. Like it's
no,
but it's still
but
they still
goddamn,
serve
do
it.
we love it?
Yeah.
We do. It is.
Never stop slinging that shit, Gellas. You bitches.
Bitches.
Green bean dumpling soup. I will never
Wow.
forget Oktoberfest, like first time Jonas went, and it was like a comedy of errors. Like I feel like I've talked about this before, but we got there, it was rainy and shitty. Smith was with us, and we were like under a tent, like trying to stay warm because we didn't bring the right
Oh
jackets. Do you
God,
remember this,
that was
dude?
the
You
worst
were making fun of
Oktoberfest
me so
ever.
hard. He was like busting my balls. He was like, Dawson, you didn't tell him about this shit. And I was like, no, I didn't tell him anything. Because Jonas was like, so where's the German beer at? And I go,
Yeah, because I think this was like right before it got all fancy and shit. Like this is
It
about the era I
was,
was out.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
like
crap.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
everything was cold because it was freezing and raining. And
Oh,
like
it
he
was
was like,
miserable.
this thing
Oh,
sucks. And I
oh
was like,
God, it
actually,
was.
it's so cool when it's warm.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, no, that was miserable. Because yeah, like you said, I think we were like buying like the merch from whatever club,
To literally make gloves.
to like
I like
stay
bought a
warm.
t-shirt and made
Yes.
it into gloves.
Oh, it was
So stupid.
Oh, it
Yeah.
sucked. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was like the second or third to last time I went to October. Got really saddled me with a new reality. I think it was tough. It
So
was
it,
I
tough.
know.
so it's fancy now. I mean, I've been.
Well,
But when we went for my bachelorette party, do you guys remember that? It was
That was
great. The
great.
weather
Yeah,
was perfect.
that was
We
great.
were, having an
that was
awesome
great.
time. Yeah.
No. But then they
Polar
started like
opposite.
doing like the microbrew thing at some point. Like
Mm-hmm.
back in the day, it was like they had both kinds of beer, Bud Light and Coors Light. And now, but I think they have like I think the local breweries got into the action, right?
Yes,
Like,
they did.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
think they started it 2015 or 16. I don't know. The Solomons can correct us on that.
But it used to be, I mean, it changed a lot. Like, it used to be like an it was another variation of an incredibly way to get shit-faced very inexpensively in Hays, Kansas.
Right.
Like, that's what colored the generation, for 50 plus years. That was, and then
The president of Fort Hays taps
Exactly.
the first keg. Shit like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
mayor also did that as well. The mayor
Yeah.
tapped the first guy.
Yeah.
I bet those people behind the bricks that's what happened. Those bricks, those downtown bricks people, those fancy fires.
Is it Chuck
Yeah.
Como or whatever his name
Probably.
is? Yeah.
I don't want to get sued, so we'll say. But
No, neither. We
that was
really got to
weird,
watch
yeah,
ourselves.
yeah. So we do
in
need
this
to
new
watch
America.
Charlie Kirk sucks. Oh
America.
God.
Yeah. I have to say, like, if we were to get in trouble with the administration, I think my ego is strong enough to first be like, "Oh shit!"
Wow, you heard about the show?
Really?
That's true. To be fair, I would, if a small claims court action brought against us, over something we said for $80. I mean,
I would. I would get a little teary eyed. Yeah,
I would love it. It would be great. I would. We
should form an LLC before we go down this path.
You're
right. We should
right.
probably protect ourselves financially.
That is true.
It's like $60.
Because that sounds about right for me. Like we're working for the rest of my life to pay off some fancy goddamn fucking charm store down towards South Hays because I gave him some guff, but.
I've been to that charm store. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's still there, but then.
Yeah, I don't know if it is either, but that's the only like kind of business like when people have been, what's downtown Hays? I'm like, well, there's Gella's and then there's like a charm store.
All of those.
I know
stores,
there's other businesses, but
there's a ton of businesses like that around here where it's just like, okay, obviously this business, it's like a boutique, kind of business where they just sell like these bullshit like things that only like 50-year-old women would put in their house or give as gifts.
Yeah.
And
totally.
and nobody else shops there because it's just like, why? Because it's all overpriced. But we there's one right close to Blue Koi, which we took Dawson there.
Yeah,
and
that place is fucking awesome, by the way.
It is, and
it's so good. I can't wait to go back. P.S.
And so like there's this thing where like it's like that like her husband, it's this woman runs this store. She doesn't have to make a profit because her husband is rich, and he's like, "Get out of the house. Just get out of the house and go do something." Like, and she's like, "I'll start a store that I don't have to make a profit on." And there's stores like that everywhere. And that charm
Oh my
store,
God.
and that charm store is exactly what exactly falls into that thing. You're
Yep.
not going to make a shit ton of money on charms, even if you sell on the internet. You're not going to make a shit money on, like, you're not going to make fuck you money on charms. Period.
No.
Like, as like a thing, like, but as like, I'm 100% behind that. Like, if you've got the means, like, it's better than like being, like an asshole on a yacht.
I completely agree. I completely agree.
And sell something, and like, I think that is really, as much shit is like unnecessary as those stores are. It's like, you know what, like, that's what they want to do. Like, it can be a hobby, and
that's your retirement plan. Yeah,
absolutely.
By all means.
Yeah. If you don't have to worry about money, that's just even better for you. I mean, that's
No, I agree. If I had fuck you money, I'd have a comic book store or a fireworks stand. So I mean, I get it. Like, I totally get it.
Like, there's a guy here that, like, in the middle of, like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes outside of town that has like a Doctor Who retail store. Like, and it's like,
wow.
and you can't basically tell, but that's just what he does. I'm assuming he's just independently wealthy, but he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna sell Doctor Who shit in the middle of Indiana.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is, you know what I mean? Like, and
oh
so
my God. My sister Kira is fucking dying right now. She's really like, when she hears this, she's gonna be like, we gotta go to Indiana.
we would go in, but like, seriously, like, they're closed all the weirdest hours.
Yeah, they're like open like 2 hours. Yeah, like a lot of these places are open like 4 hours, 5 days a week. Like, it's just like,
because they can, exactly. And bless them for it. I freaking love it.
I can't be asked to be busy,
Yeah.
I don't know why I had this Haze High flashback, but Dawson, maybe I don't know what prompted me, but I used to, like, still to this day have nightmares about not remembering whether it's what was it, like Maroon or Gold Day?
Or Gold Day.
Oh my God, I don't know what reminded me of that, but it was like,
I still have nightmares about that too.
Yes,
or like getting locked out of the school because I was constantly late for first hour all the time.
I don't know why that popped into my head, but it reminded me of like weird schedules, and I was like,
oh yeah,
I'm still tormented by
what
this.
Is Maroon and Gold Day for those who don't know?
Because it was a block schedule.
So like instead of having the same class every day, you would alternate. So you did 4 classes one day and then 4 different classes the next day and then 4 classes the next day. You went back and forth, but depending on the interval, one of them you might have 3 times a week. The other you might have 2, but you had to remember like what the interval was. It was kind of like having to remember to put out your recycling. That's kind of where that skill
it's
developed.
Very much like that.
Very similar to putting out your recycling. But it just reminded me. I still know to this day, like have like dreams about like, oh shit, like,
Oh,
I would like a recurring one, but
Oh yeah, and then you show up to the class like that you're supposed to be in or not supposed to be in, and it's like actually Maroon Day, but it's Gold Day, and you're the only idiot in there, and it's like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Because your friends who are dickbags told you wrong, like stuff like that would happen to me a lot.
Yeah. Those kids in Hayes think they got that fancy, new ass high schooler getting away with. No, they're gonna put their claws in you. They're going to put their claws in you. Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm so jealous of that high school. I've had so many dreams
of
like going back to high school in that high school, which is so stupid.
That is
like, who would do that? Now, I don't even care. I'm not one of those high school people like high school is the best part of my life. It wasn't. P.S. But like, I would like to at least take one class from that new high school and try the lunch.
I agree.
Feel like, you know what I mean?
Wouldn't it probably just depress you? Like, though, like, because I don't know. I don't know if it would depress me because it's like retroactive. Like, who gives a shit what I ate for lunch?
I don't want to give a shit. I would want it to be like choir or some bullshit like that. I'm an alumni. Damn it! Like, let me sit here. Let me try it. Like, I just want to explore.
I bet they have fucking like a fresh sushi chef.
It is.
And that's. Oh, God damn it.
Like omakase style. Like,
fucking kosher.
Flip. They have a hibachi. They're just flipping shit in your mouth. God damn it.
Go back to high school.
This high hibachi. Dude, I guarantee that's going to happen in 2 years because they got to like keep paying for all that shit.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh man!
They should have just moved the high school into the mall. No problems. They just moved high school into the mall. Wouldn't it cost the taxpayers a dime?
It would get people to go to the mall.
It would have solved the parking problem.
I'm dying.
They should have put it at the mall. just in like whatever. What's I don't even know what's left in the mall these days.
I don't either. I know they got rid of that Chinese restaurant that I'm really pissed about.
We'll save that. Yeah, I don't know.
Ugh.
Just they did get rid of. I didn't know that. I had not heard that.
Yeah, they got rid of it.
That was a popular little.
It was a popular place.
You said, okay, well, you said they got rid of it. They didn't. There was like there was no mandate from the mall. Like this place has got to go. I mean, those guys ran out of business. You know, like that's. I mean, you know.
We need to put another charm store in here.
Yeah.
There's no room.
So bringing in the wrong kind of element into the mall.
I'm trying to get Gulliver's Travelers back into this goddamn bitch. You know, I
would love that. Tice.
Gulliver's.
Let's have a moment for Gulliver's. R.I.P.
I do miss Gulliver's.
That
was great.
God.
Like pre-internet, like that's like where it's like how you learn stuff. It's the library and like the
library and Gulliver's. Yeah, and they had the comic book. They had Tattered Covers, the comic book store downtown.
I completely forgot about Tattered Covers.
I haunted that
did
place.
too.
I haunted that
Wow.
place.
Oh, that was a great, we used to get our video game
Crazy
magazines
pants
there. Like, we'd ride our bikes to Tattered Covers. Were they affiliated or were they...
Same guy owned the place. Same guy
It
owned
was,
the
okay.
Yeah, so...
Wow. Oh, yeah, I missed the hell out of that. That was super cool.
That was the first proper comic book store in Hayes. And they kind of, when it closed, they moved it into the bigger location of Gulliver's. They put the comic book stuff in there, but it wasn't quite as big. But still, it was still cool.
Yeah.
I remember I was working for UPS one year, right before I moved to Florida for seasonal work, and we did a delivery to Gulliver's, and it was just this 3 huge boxes of comic books, and I was like, God damn it! If these weren't so heavy, I would just steal all of them, But well, I didn't because I needed the money. So also, I wasn't even in good shape back then, so I don't think I could have. I could barely get them in, so to be fair. But yeah,
oh man.
Yeah, that's the thing. And GB Records was in the mall and then moved down the street from. This is why we don't have a wide audience.
No,
I
know. I know. I don't care though. I really don't.
I like to think that people can find their sort of their own GB Records and their nostalgic head and be like, we didn't have Tattered Covers, but
write to us about your own GB Records.
Rogers used books and Stillwater, Oklahoma.
Matt, what have you been up to? I know you've been busy.
I just sadly looked at my Outlook calendar to be like, what's transpired over the last month? Because it has just been it's I don't know, it's been really hot up until the last couple of days, which has been nice. It's been kind of a continued summer, which I think it has everywhere. Which means the winter is going to be just a bastard.
Brutal.
Brutal. Winter's going
to be a bastard. Turn our heat on this week.
Yeah?
We got a little cold snap.
I haven't done that yet. I do. One of my guilty pleasures is that smell, after the heater hasn't been on in a few cycles. It's a good smell. I don't know what that is, but it's a good smell.
Yep. Yeah, I know.
I think it's that dust burning off the.
You're probably right. That's right.
Dust.
Half the listening audience is replace your filter, jackass. I will. I'll do that.
It's probably a bunch of skin cells, because they're everywhere. And this is
probably true. That reminds me of my unplug this week, but we'll get to that.
I have a good one too.
We just been running out to Brown County pretty much every weekend. Checking cabin is in full swing. They've got drywall up and windows are in. And,
do you have recent pictures of this? I'd like to see the progress.
I will send you some tomorrow because we're out there tomorrow and they've gotten we're doing a wood, what they call a car siding, which is just kind of a wood interior instead of drywall. They just do it in some drywall. It's little pine planks of wood and they got our front door in. So we're very excited. I love just the little bit at a time, little reveal at a time. So it's getting close. I'd say we're probably 6 to 8 weeks out. From being done. And it was Cassie's birthday, so we went down there with Howie and celebrated her birthday.
Kathy.
Went to an apple orchard and picked apples. They give you. I've never done this, so
I've never done it either.
But it was another one of these. And again, I think this is where family farms are heading. Is they're all turning into tourist attractions.
Yeah.
Because like sort of like I've been to several of these like in Michigan with Allie and my family where there's just like, there's like a bunch of sleds and like just giant weird, like that was one thing I did. Actually, that reminds me is they had I did this like 3 or 4 weeks ago and I had like a giant pit of just corn. Like it was like a sandbox, but it was like a 40 by 20 3-foot box of corn that you got to roll around in. And I was like, this is better than Disney World.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. To be fair,
it was better than Disney World.
Was it on the cob or had it been?
No, it was just like loose kernels. So you just kind of jump. It was like a big sandbox or it's like a very inexpensive ball pit.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could get in trouble if it were still on the cob. You could injure yourself somehow.
That would be very dangerous. Well, considering how many pieces of corn I found in between my butt cheeks sporadically over the next couple of days, the cob would have been dangerous, even more painful to see. Yeah, but no, it was really fun. It was, but like. No, so we did that. They had it's kind of one of those things where they had like an apple orchard and then like a petting. Can
I say something about that just real fast? Because
of course.
Beth is always like, we should go pick apples or we should go pick whatever, and I'm like, that's
like a pumpkin patch or some shit.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, I'm not doing their work for them. Fuck that. I was like, I'm gonna pay them to be, seasonal help. I'm like, I'm not doing that. That's a scam. We are being scammed. I was like, and
you're right.
That is true.
You're
that
right.
is true,
Ice picked up all the workers. Ice picked up all the workers, and they're pulling a Tom Sawyer on us.
They are,
and they're making us pay to do their job.
Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
I still ended up doing it, but it's irritating.
Yeah, totally. It's fun.
It was kind of fun. Yeah, you get a bag and you fill it up, and so I think they call that a peck. I don't know. There was some sort of measurement system going on that I wasn't. It was apples.
Okay,
apples. Rolled around in the corn.
Peck of apples.
Pick the apples.
A murder of apples.
Did they have like apple cider and stuff there?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Like we didn't do the more commercial side. We just did the go out in the field and pick your apples, and so we did that with Howie.
Yeah.
Just ran around and then we had a really really nice lunch outdoors, al fresca, as I believe. Fancier folk call it. And had the best cheese curds I've ever had in my entire life.
Oh, damn.
They were amazing.
I do like a curd.
Where were you guys at? Where were you at?
It was called Taxman in Bargersville, Indiana. It's kind of a brew pub kind of place. And I think a lot of places did like the Gellis thing, like right around the same time, like that kind of late 90s, early 2000s. Like a lot of really kind of but the nice thing is like the good ones survived. Like it was like a 1 in 5 kind of deal. And so the ones that are still around tend to have their staples that are pretty good. So, and then we went to, we saw Franz Ferdinand, which was all right. I mean, I wasn't a huge, we didn't like, they were just.
I really liked Franz Ferdinand.
I mean, I did too.
It was like just okay. I was like,
yeah, it was just kind of like, I don't know, like they were fine live. I mean, we're getting like, I don't like standing that long in shows anymore, but I actually liked the opener a lot. It was a guy from England called Masterpiece. Peace like. Peace, Peace, which I really actually kind of liked. It was kind of like some of the English rappers, but like also kind of rock. I don't know. It was kind of interesting. But I usually check out the opener and usually we can show up exactly 8:50. But no, it was actually it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Caught most of his show, so that was fun. That's I'm sure other stuff has happened, but it's just. Like, for example, somebody decided to put my address as their forwarding address for some reason. So now I'm getting like more mail for someone else. Then, how does that happen? I don't know to be creeped out about that, or maybe someone's living in my backyard. I hadn't really.
Or your attic? Like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but then how would they... Oh, I should set a trap. If they're not listening right now, I should like leave their mail out and see if it moves. Or
very much so.
Just to make sure.
Yeah.
Just to make sure.
Or like order a delicious pizza and just have that shit hanging out. And just be like, I guess I'm going to leave. Yeah.
Pipe through the house.
A little bit of fun fact, because, I'm obsessed with the mail. So if you open somebody else's mail, it's a federal offense, right?
Yes.
If the mail gets delivered to your house, you can open it because it's not a federal offense because they got it. It was sent to your house, even if it's the wrong person. So you should just open all it. Because if I were you, I'd just open all his mail. But that's just me, because I open every piece of mail that shows up at the house.
I love that.
Does that immunity extend to like filing for like credit cards in their name, or does it pretty much stop at the lawyer? Okay.
I know
all
that
right.
we got a box. I know one time at our place in Lawrence, we got a box, and it was there was no neighbor with that name. There was nothing, and we had it on there, and we were like, okay, we're just gonna leave it here. Maybe somebody will come by in like a week or something. 3 weeks later, I was like, fuck it, we're opening it, and there was a Coach bag in it, and Beth was like, oh, that's nice. So she got a free
Wow.
Coach bag out of it. So
I mean, hell yeah.
That's pretty winning. Yeah,
Finders keepers.
yeah,
that's
that's
pretty
pretty
much how it
awesome.
works. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So
Wow.
just a fun fact if you want to stick it to the federal government,
Oh man, so much right now. So much.
Uh, so I've
Oh
been
yeah, I didn't even think about that. How are we even operating without the federal government's assistance?
I know.
well,
Oh
thank
God.
God the mail does not stop. It's not covered under the
That's true.
That's
shutdown.
right. It's one of those. Yeah.
It's now I did see that the place I used to work for, which was flood insurance, that's gone. I mean, they're gonna get rid of flood insurance anyway, so it doesn't matter. But like yeah, so that's shut down.
Have
So
they reached an agreement with Jesus or something? Like what's happening? What's
yeah. He just said he would, as long as the hostages returned, he would stop,
Oh, okay. All right. He'll stop
throwing
the floods.
hurricanes. Yeah,
Okay.
he'd stop
All
throwing
right. He'll
hurricanes.
stop the floods.
Okay.
Well, all right.
Great. That's good news.
Hate to put one in the win column for old Trumpy, but I guess he gets that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I have what have I been doing? So there's three things kind of like over the last couple weeks. So our dog, Mr. B Natural, went to a show called it's a girl, and she went to a show called Morse and Essex. I think that's right. Morse and Essex, yeah. Which
Okay.
is this weird show. It was started by the granddaughter of the Roosevelts in like the 30s, and it ran for like 20 years, and then they revived it in the 2000s. And it's a very prestigious show, and basically. Everyone, when they go there, they dress up in 1940s attire, 30s, 40s, 50s attire.
Oh, that's cool.
That's kind of fun. There's another
Yeah.
show in San Francisco where everybody dresses up like super hippies, like in 60s.
Okay.
But anyway, dog people, they need shit to do. Anyway,
Do the dogs dress up too?
they do not
Oh,
because
God damn it.
that would screw up everything. But
All right.
but anyway, our dog went, and it was her first show, and she got reserved winner's bitch, which basically means she took second place of the girls, which is a big deal. So that was fun. And then she got a little ribbon, but she got a lot of fans and blah blah blah. And
Good for her.
yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
she did really good. And then I went and saw the Gin Blossoms play a free show.
I saw that with
and-
Joey, right?
Yeah, in Leavenworth,
Yeah.
Kansas. And being Joey and I being, whatever, we were in bands and whatever. We were sitting there, we were watching, and then we're
That is how you watch a fucking show always, sir.
it
Like
is.
this,
I know,
judgmental. And Smith, you do the same thing
No.
until it's like good, and then you guys are like,
all
right.
So we're watching the show, and we're like, and Joe,
It's so true. It's so true.
It's like entertain us. All right, entertain
Yeah,
us. All
exactly.
right, you got to
It's
work
exactly
for it.
that.
I'm going to make
Yeah.
you earn it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it's true. You got to earn it, to be fair. And so, so anyway, we were doing it, and we were like, Joey's like, "What's up with the drummer?" And I'm like, "I don't know. What is up with the drummer? He's like a little late all the time." And but it's a free show, and it was gorgeous outside, so you can't really complain. And it's
Yeah.
Gin Blossom, so they played like every song from the good record, and then they played like
That's badass.
a few songs from their other stuff, and then and then they they closed with the Hate Jealousy and Follow You Down or whatever, and but they finally, the guy, because we were like, what is up with the drummer? He just seems off tonight. And then
Yeah.
we finally figured out, they were like, meet the band, and they're like, and the guy was like, the singer was like, and this guy hasn't played with us in 20 years. He's from St. Louis.
Ooh.
And so I was like, okay, that's fine. That like
Yeah.
that's a big lift, because they played Tulsa the night before, and we think that their drummer probably got sick or something, and they had to call this guy
Okay.
from St. Louis to come in, and he had toured with them, previously, but he's was not. He's out of practice, and I'm sure they didn't have time to rehearse, and I'm sure they
Yeah.
called him. They called him and like, you want to make $1,000, like, all right. By the way, you got to sleep in your car. There's no hotel, but I will say it was really funny because it was this outdoor festival, and it was downtown in a park, and then twice a train came through during their set, blaring.
No.
And it,
No.
yeah, and it was just like, and it
That's
was,
fucking funny.
oh yeah. And the first time it happened, everybody was like, "Oh my god, that is awful." I'm sure that they didn't have that in their rider. No trains can come by. And and then it happened again, and the set was an hour and 15 minutes. Two trains came by going,
Oh no!
and so
Wow,
That
that's
sucks.
such a Missouri thing to have. I love that.
It's such a
Even though it
Missouri
wasn't
thing.
Missouri, it was Kansas. But anyway, it was
yeah, but
Leavenworth.
it's just
Yeah,
it was.
tomato, tomato.
It
Am
was
I
just
right?
it was just so
Same.
funny because I was just like, man, that those poor bastards. I was like, they're gonna change their rider, like no train track.
No trains.
So that was good, and it wasn't great, but it was good. I mean, I knew every song practically because they played everything from New Miserable Experience. So there was just no energy or whatever, and
Yeah.
And then this week I went and saw Cursive play
Fuck yeah.
They played Domestica, which is their second record, and The Ugly Organ, which is their third record, front to back. And they had
Dope.
the Appleseed cast in the center, and they were on fire. And it was this little club, maybe 400 people. It was sold out Tuesday and
wow.
Wednesday
Oh my God.
night.
Shit.
Anna
And
Where was it
Towns
at?
is
Where
gonna
was it at?
freak the hell out after
it was
hearing this.
in Omaha. It was in Benson, Nebraska, which is a suburb of Omaha, and it's just this little downtown community. And
Oh,
it was,
cool.
oh
I've
yeah,
never heard of that
it was
place.
very cool, and and they were great. We met some really cool people. I met a guy who I'll send you a picture later, who was basically the love child. He looked like, so this is a Replacements reference for anybody who doesn't know. It looked like Paul Westerberg and Tommy Stinson had a baby, and
Oh
this
God.
was the guy who came out. And
I can't wait to see it.
after the show was over, I went and I was like, "Can I ask you a question?" And I was like, "First off, you look like Tommy Stinson and Paul Westerberg had a baby." And then I noticed he was wearing a replacement shirt underneath his Paul Westerberg suit, and he's like, "I take that as a compliment." And I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "You do."
Oh wow, that's funny.
And so anyway, we went outside and shared a cigarette, or he let me borrow a cigarette, and you can't borrow cigarettes because you can't give it back. And so we both had a replacement story, so we traded those replacement stories.
That's cool.
And then it was just funny because he had a Tommy Stinson story, I had a Paul Westerberg story, and then met a guy who'd driven up from Arkansas to see the show, and that was really cool. And it was good, but the band it wasn't loud, but it was perfect.
Okay.
And we got there early enough that we had seats because we're all old men now and we have to kind of sit down on bar stools. But we just stood up during the performances. It was really good, and they sounded on fire. Like Cursive was on fire. So that was a really great show. I'm really glad I went, and yeah, that's those are the highlights of what I've been doing. That's a lot of shows for me in 2
That
weeks.
is a lot of shows, Tice.
So in 2 weeks.
I'm jealous about Cursive. Oh my God.
I'll send you guys.
Yeah,
I haven't sent you guys any of the videos yet, but I took some videos of some of the stuff, and they were just like, it was at one point the singer, who still looks like he's like 25, which is just
Oh, no way.
astounding. Everybody else
Wow,
in the
that's
band
crazy.
looks like they're 50,
Yeah.
and then they have a drummer that's newer, and they had the cello player and the whole thing, and it was good. But he was like, I think we're gonna have a good show, and he's like, you know what, we rehearsed a lot. This is gonna be a good show, and it was.
Yeah.
It was really good. So they're going to play a festival, Best Friends Forever festival, or I think
yeah.
they had just played it,
Or they
and
just
came
played
back.
it. I
And
was
they-
gonna say I think it
It
yeah.
was last weekend, I think.
Yeah.
And they came
Because
back.
ACL's going on right now, right?
Yeah.
Second weekend.
So they
think.
did Wednesday night, and it's like 400 people in that place, and so it sold out.
Yeah.
And so they added a second show, and my friend Rich.
I would love to see that festival some year.
Oh, me
actually.
too. That
Yeah.
it was in Vegas, and
We should talk about
I was
that.
talking to my buddy, and he's like, I know all the Rilo Kiley guys. He's like, I'm gonna just go.
Oh, man.
And
That's regretful. Riley
Well,
Kiley, like fuck, man.
that poor guy, like my friend Brad, who
yeah.
he had an abscess in his lung, and he was in the hospital for the whole weekend.
No.
Yeah, so he didn't get to go.
Oh my
I was
God.
like, that is the worst. I'm so sorry, buddy. But anyway, so that was so that's what I've been up to. That and interviewing for jobs and dicking around and looking at LinkedIn like I'm a fucking stalker and all that kind of shit. So LinkedIn sucks. LinkedIn is the new Facebook, and I mean that
LinkedIn is the new
and I
Facebook.
mean that
I have seen quite a few rants, especially in the last month on there, and I'm like,
And then
whoa,
people
buddy.
are like sharing the. Oh god, that's like why I left Facebook a
I
decade
know,
ago.
dude.
It's
It's
like,
not
it
good.
takes
The
a-
news feed is like weird now.
it is, and
Yeah.
they put reels on there. Like
Yeah.
on LinkedIn. Like I'm like, okay, come on, guys. Like so, but like I think I mentioned this to you guys. I don't know if I mentioned it on air radio. So, I don't know if I mentioned it on air,
On
but
something. Yeah.
when I was like when I got laid off from my last job, when I got doged, they basically said, oh, you have to have people you have to have users, people have to write things about working with you, and if you don't have those, people won't even call you for an interview. And so I had to ask Matt and some of my friends to go on there and write some nice things, and they wrote some very, very nice things. And so but it was just like, if you don't have it, you're not going to get an interview. And I'm like, oh, you're fucking kidding me. So anyway, not that the resume isn't important, but
It isn't. I know, but that stuff is very important. They look at the whole freaking thing now.
They do. But anyway, but it's been pretty nice. And then Mr. B came back from being on the road for like a week and a half, and she's just having the time of her life. She's just happy to be back.
Nice.
She woke up in the middle when I was in Omaha. She woke up in the middle of the night because she's been in a crate, for 8 days, 10 days, whatever. And she woke up in the middle of the night, and Beth heard her, and she went over and she smelled. She was smelling. She smelled her mom, and she went over and smelled her brother, and then she hopped up on the bed and licked her face at 3 o'clock in the morning until like, and then spooned her, and she's like, "I'm home, yay!" Like she had forgotten.
So cute.
Yeah. So anyway, it was adorable. Anyway, that's what I've been doing. You guys want to talk about headlines or something like that?
You probably should do that.
Yeah. God. Headline of the month? I don't know.
Yeah,
It's been a couple
that's
weeks.
fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Okay, I reserve the right to just get rid of some of these things. So this is from NPR. Trump advances TikTok deal with a new executive order, which is not a thing. Executive orders is not law. Damn it! Come on. Sorry, that's all I have to say about that. They're not.
Rant.
They're basically the equivalent of a legislative resolution.
It's a resolution, yeah.
Pretty much.
That's all it is. It's like we.
Like really strongly means something.
Yeah.
Like I really strongly feel this.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything. It's just.
America just goes, oh, cool. That's what we do now. Like,
Yep. That's.
Resolutions, and Matt knows this, are the most meaningless bullshit thing. This is like, because half the times they're nice. They're like, in appreciation of Teachers Day, USA, I'd like to recognize this teacher and this teacher. That's what resolutions are supposed to be. And sometimes they're like, we condemn Obamacare, and then they cross it out and they go the American Forward Act, and then they cross that off again on the third attempt. They go Obamacare, and that was it from this Kansas State Senate. I saved a copy of it. So it's just nonsense. This is from Rolling Stone. Trump officials didn't know if his order to prosecute foes was meant to be secret. So this is a while back, but basically on Truth Social, he did a thing where he's like, Pam, you got to go out. He says they're all guilty as hell, but nothing is going to be done. Blah blah blah. So there's a lot of speculation that this was supposed to be a private message. An email. But he's so fucking out of it that he actually posted it as a thing, and there's no way. There's no way that in any reality that I don't believe that. I'm sure he did not mean to do that. I mean, because it said Pam. You don't if you're gonna make a post on social media, you don't go, "Hey, Matt, listen,"
right.
It's time for us to get together and watch TV. That's not a social media post. So,
I don't know. I kind of like the idea of prefacing every social media post by Pam, comma, or just like everyone should do it. Everyone should do it. It's just
Pam,
one of those things.
Kafofi.
Pam, comma. It's like attention. It's like American attention. Attention. Pam.
I mean, just to follow up, all the people he wanted to be prosecuted, Letitia James and James
Funny
Comey.
how that
happening.
works.
It's
Yeah, it's
happening.
amazing. The coincidence is just that independent justice system is mind-boggling how that could happen.
It's so funny though, because
unreal.
all these, because all these guys, because there's a thing, there's a common defense that says that, like, if you got proof that it was politically motivated, you put it on social media. Of course, it's politically, they're going nowhere, and he fired the guy who couldn't come up with anything against, I think, Comey, and so
replaced him with like one of his personal,
Who's only
the
done
lawyer.
like insurance law
Yeah.
or some shit? Like, what the fuck?
Well,
it's like I'm guessing they all come from like a beauty/law school. Like I'm guessing that's where all these women come from.
I think you're probably right. Yeah, there's something like it's like the jungle law lady. They all go to the same place. But I don't know how many people are gonna know who the jungle law lady is. But to be fair, they have offices in Florida, Arizona, Missouri. So they're nationwide. So I think more people are not
It's
there.
pretty
I
good
think
reach.
I think a lot more people know than don't.
Chances are.
Just as a side note to that, I was watching the Daily Show last night, and it was talking about how like they were kind of pointing out how much like Donald Trump was talking about how he wants to get into heaven. Have you seen these quotes?
Yeah.
I mean, he must be dying. Like I think that's basically what's happening. I think he's dying, and he's going to build a road in, fucking Alaska, and whatever. But anyway, just a weird thing. Let's see what else. I think I talked about this last time. Never mind. So that's not good. That's more Charlie Kirk stuff. NPR poll: more Americans now agree political violence may be necessary to right the country. On hot budget issues, the majority say children should be vaccinated, controlling gun violence is more important than gun rights, and Epstein files should be released. But the weird thing about it here is it said that, to be sure, the strong majority disagree that 70% that shouldn't, we may not need political violence, but 30% of who now say violence may be necessary is up 11 points since April 2024, an increase driven by Democrats. It's still, Democrats are still lower than Republicans. Republicans are 31%, Democrats are 28%, but
we're catching up.
Yeah, it's getting hairy out there.
Oh God.
Oh, this is some fun news and good news. And this is from NBC News. FDA quietly approved a generic abortion pill ahead of the shutdown. They're just like, by the way. They just right before, like the day before, they just
just snuck it in there. Wow.
They're just like, hey, fuck you guys.
Wow.
So that's fun. So this is my favorite thing of the whole what's been going on. So they announced that Bad Bunny was going to be the Super Bowl guy, and he's gonna. And people are like, we don't need an illegal, and they're like, he's from Puerto Rico. That's part of the United States. And people, a lot of people have learned this week or this last week that Puerto Rico is part of the United States.
Morons. Jesus Christ.
But anyway, so MAGA got their panties in a knot collectively, and they basically said that because it's going to be in Spanish, and they're like, they're not going to do that. So a couple things have happened. MAGA proposes a shock Super Bowl replacement for Bad Bunny. You guys want to guess who it is?
I know, so I'm not going to steal it.
Wait, is it, who was it that the Speaker of the House said?
She wanted Lee Greenwood, but this is different.
He wanted Greenwood, who has 50,000.
I haven't heard who they got.
He has
50, or who they're thinking of.
Lee Greenwood, I saw this statistic the other day, has 500,000 listens on Spotify. Bad Bunny has 80 million.
Hello, God.
Do you want to guess the band? I'll give you a hint.
It makes complete sense.
It's a
nitty gritty dirt band.
It's a butt rack band from the 90s and 2000s.
Kid Rock and his friends.
That's who I thought it would be, but it's very Kid Rock adjacent.
It is Creed. Yes.
No! Yes. Unironically?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It was Creed. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Christians
go flush
love
my
Creed.
head in the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
They,
Fuck.
they like to hear that one song that they know and they don't want to hear again, basically.
I hope they erect what's his nuts is like Jesus on the cross, and that same guy who was like rolling it around during CK's event, whatever, just rolling Scott Strapp around on it, like
they did. I will say that I got ahead of the Creed, the Scott Stapp backlash before many people did, because I'm a trendsetter. Anyway, that goes way back to the day. Anyway,
it's one of the most hipster things you've said, Tice.
Yeah, I
but
know.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. And then, so to follow up on that story, I found this today. Variety. This is from Variety. Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA sets All-American halftime show in protest of Bad Bunny's Super Bowl performance. They don't know who's going to play it. They don't know how it's going to be broadcast. But basically, what they're saying is that they say you'll have to turn off. You'll have to turn your television away from the Super Bowl to watch it. So, so statistically speaking, not statistically, like logistically speaking, that's impossible because there's no way maybe Newsmax might show it, but I mean, in all likelihood, if this comes to fruition, which it won't, it would be a YouTube thing, and so you could just watch.
Oh my God!
Right.
So yeah,
I hope it gets like 10,000 views or some stupid shit.
The right wing.
I don't know. I could see these morons making this thing huge. Be like, God damn, we'll stream it. What's this YouTube?
Yeah.
So this is from the article. The right wing organization, which was founded by the late Charlie Kirk, posted about its quote All American halftime show on social media, writing quote performers and event details coming soon. The post linked to a survey that allows people to select which music genres they would like to be featured in the big game, including anything in English, Americana, and worship. It also lists hip-hop.
Gross.
Despite Kirk once advocating for people to stop listening to rap music and to generate hip-hop stuff.
So, he was the coolest.
He was.
So cool.
He was so cool. Guy was truly
Miles Davis.
From cool to cold, Charlie Kirk.
And those are my headlines.
Yeah, those are very good.
Very nice, Tice.
Nice.
Smith?
Yeah. Well, let's take a little walk down memory lane of the last 3 or so weeks. Seems a lot has happened.
I'd rather talk about Hayes memory lane. Actually.
I agree. Well, this is I do have a Hayes related. Let's kick it off. This is actually an excellent transition from our last story to Hayes, Kansas. This comes from us from the most trusted news source in all of Hayes, Kansas. Turning Point, Page Post. Sorry, damn it.
That was a great slip.
Damn
great
it.
Slip.
And anyway, this is from the Hayes Post. And this is Turning Point USA chapter returns to Fort Hays State University. And it's great. Like the photo is just
Yeah.
Just little future fascists of America. Just
very
all
white.
There.
Very white.
Very white. The guy, you got the one kid with the T-shirt and the sport coat emulating his best Charlie Kirk. And some very dorky looking guy. I can't tell if that's a teacher or I can't say that. I'm like, well, I haven't attributed it to a certain individual, so I think I'm still legally
You're fine.
blessed. But good looking group, guys. Way to go. Way to go. So congratulations. Best of luck in your future endeavors and standing in the middle of a highway screaming something at me.
Or on an overpass.
Exactly. We're all Charlie Kirk. God, have you seen this stupid trend of people going into Starbucks and they tell the barista that their name is Charlie Kirk and that the barista, and then if the barista refuses to call them Charlie Kirk, they make a fucking video about it. And this is
I've seen a couple on TikTok.
I have not. I will say that when I went to Leavenworth, I was going to Joey's house, and there was a bar, and out front was a pickup truck in front of the bar, like parallel to the street, and the biggest fucking Charlie Kirk flag sticking out of the back of the truck.
No.
I mean, like the size of a bed sheet, and it was just like, "We are all Charlie Kirk" or something. I mean, it was just like, what is going on? But it was a real flag, like somebody's like, we got to capitalize on this right now. How fast can we get these things into production? Anyway.
I mean, they have to be made in China because there's no way an American printing company can get their shit.
Seriously.
You can't do it. You can't
And those
do
people will pay the tariff. They don't give a shit.
Absolutely, they will. Which Trump apparently just increased by 100% today. I just saw that. Did you guys see that?
I did not see that.
No,
Yeah, the stock market dropped like 1,000 points.
He's trying to get into
which it does. Like he says something stupid that he tells his friends, "Hey, guess what? I'm going to take it back on Tuesday," and then they can make like 15% on their money.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I'm just a conspiracy theorist. Anywho,
Stroke them. Yeah.
This comes from The Hill. Hegseth declares war on fat generals' troops. So, Pete Hegseth, this has been mocked relentlessly, and Pete Hegseth decided that he would bring all the top generals from around the world together under one roof, which is just a fantastic idea in and of itself.
And announce it. If anybody wants to
tell everyone what it was, right? Basically give them directions and an agenda.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, no one took him up on it. But he basically just stood there and talked about what a bunch of pussies they all were. And how they're lazy. And it was and Pete Hegseth is the most insecure man in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, and I say that knowing full well that there's an Elon Musk out there who exists in real life. He is the most insecure man. It is just embarrassing. I mean, he's just, it's so funny. It's just hilarious. But kind of also fuck these generals. Some of you have to are you just going to blindly take this shit?
Well, to be fair, right. I mean, to be fair, they didn't laugh. They didn't applaud. Nope, they just sat there and they were just
that's true, yeah.
I did see a picture of one guy doing this.
Oh, no way. Yeah. I didn't see that. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe it's kind of like a Trump's first term kind of thing where the cabinet was just kind of we got to stick together because otherwise this, country's going to go to, hell in a handbasket. And maybe they're all kind of we need, we still need trusted generals. And I guess we'll pretend to be manlier or something.
I don't think any of that, but I mean, they made a joke. He made a joke, or maybe Trump made the joke. He's like, if you guys don't want to lose the weight, you can sign up for ICE outside, and I'm like,
did he really say that?
Yeah, he really said that. He's like,
holy shit.
Because they'll take anybody. You don't have to be in shape to be in ICE.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, it was a comedy of errors. At one point, Trump actually said, you guys can applaud, if you want.
Oh, I did see that.
Everybody else is like, no, not doing that.
Oh, no. And he went off on this whole tirade about how boats were unattractive now.
Not sexy
it was so weird. Oh yeah, he's so fucking demented. Oh yeah. He was like, we shouldn't spend money on boats that don't look good. He's like, he's
but he said something he's like, you tell me they're for stealth. He's like, but they just don't look good.
It's yes,
losing his.
Oh yeah, it's
been gone. Yeah,
it's been gone. But it just keeps sliding. It's
hilariously
dangerous. Hilariously dangerous. And we're right on the brink of war with Russia. So there you go. Next few a little lighter. I think all of them are quite a bit lighter actually. This comes from CBS News. Iowa teen dies after being mistaken for squirrel during hunting trip.
Oh no!
Didn't read the article. I'm just I guess it was mistaken for a squirrel by a member of his hunting party. So
squirrel.
That's either the dumbest police force ever or the dumbest kid ever. I don't know which is which.
I mean, honestly, there's a bit of a height discrepancy between a squirrel and a boy.
I mean, I haven't seen an Iowa squirrel, but I think you're probably right. Sure, I mean, I guess I don't know. I guess that you could hear if you maybe heard a little, kind of something twitch under a tree, and you just, didn't bother to, actually, look before you shot. But,
I mean, first
it takes all the fun out of hunting, I guess.
Yeah, because you'd shoot down, or maybe I don't know.
You would want to shoot down. Yeah, that's probably why he probably was fine. He probably just lost a toe because.
Well, he died, didn't
he? I don't know. Maybe he did die.
That was in the headline.
Thoughts and prayers. It was. This comes from The Independent. Texas man holds driver who hit his dog at gunpoint and forces him to dig beloved pet's grave.
Nice.
I love this story. This is the best dog owner story ever. Some dude hit his dog and he fucking held a gun and made him dig a grave. That is Texas. That is Texas. I love that story. Oh.
Yeah. You know what? Give that guy community service.
That guy loved his dog.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
It's like, no jail time. Just community service. Everybody loves a dog.
Yep, true.
I'm going to say that one for last because that's a kind of a bigger discussion. State law requires Tennessee public school teachers to teach gun safety starting in kindergarten. Makes sense based on, mistaking, I would have said that was stupid, but now that we're mistaking, full-grown adults for squirrels, perhaps that's not the worst thing.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
Firefighter dumped 75 possibly used tampons on ex's lawn for dating new girl. Police. This happened where, guys? Where did this happen?
Long Island.
Long Island.
Close.
Staten Island.
Shit.
Florida. Happened in Florida.
Okay.
Anyway, we bounce back between Jersey and Florida. It's cool.
All right.
DeLand, Florida.
DeLand.
DeLand, is that what it's going to be? DeLand? DeLand? It's DeLand.
Too much time.
DeLand.
Anyway,
DeLand.
DeLand.
Yeah, I love that because he probably had to outsource that. He's like, hey, could you ask your girlfriend to just put him, after she's done, could you put him in a bag? I got a plan.
Well, no, it was the girl who. Yeah, it was a woman who.
Oh, it was a woman.
Yeah, it was a woman who did it. So,
okay.
That was a long term. Based on my understanding of the female anatomy, that's quite a long-term planning.
That's
that is.
Unless you outsource, unless you farmed it out, like Tyson was saying, yeah. So anyway, gross.
Where is that fucking Facebook group on
Yeah,
the
I don't understand why possibly used is in quotes. I'm guessing somebody said that. So a press conference, possibly used. This comes from NOW, KOLN, KGIN, Lincoln, Nebraska. Drug dog visiting middle school finds cocaine in teacher's wallet, police says. So Virginia Summers, 47 years old. They were doing a drug dog demonstration. Dog hit on her purse, and she had a little cocaine in there. Now, the reason why I picked this is...
teachers deserve a little bump now and then. Yeah.
Agreed.
The vice principal was like, when you said you wanted a little bump, this is what I assumed you meant. But no, what I love about this is this. So there was a time in my life where I attended the fine University of Fort Hays State, and this actually kind of happened to me. Is I was actually at a friend's apartment, and I did not smoke the marijuana at the time. I just observed. I hung with the water crowd. I hung, as Dave Smith once said when I came home one day, he's like, do any of your friends smoke grass? And I said, no, Dad, none of my friends smoke grass. Because we didn't. This was in the 90s, and nobody smoked grass in the 90s. But anyway, long story short, I had been hanging out there all day. I think this is my freshman year of college. Hung out there all day, and I obviously had absorbed. I had this big old gross winter weather wool coat that I used to wear, and so I had that on because and it just absorbed. And we had the same thing in our criminal justice class where they brought a dog in, and I didn't think anything about it. I hadn't connected it that I'd been sitting in with people because I didn't smoke personally, and I didn't this was before I think I smoked cigarettes, so I didn't get that whole when you smoke something, you smell disgusting, and everybody knows what you've been doing. And of course, the drug dog, it hits immediately on me. The dog is freaking out. Oh my God. Hits immediately on me. Now, I'm I know I don't have anything, but I'm oh shit. And the cop knows. Yeah. The cop knows, but he didn't say anything. So anyway, I took a little personal, hit home. And the last one, which kind of brings us to the story that happened right after we got off the air, the time when we stopped, when we decided to stop talking to each other, for a little while. And this comes from the CBC, the Canadian Broadcasting Company. In Dildo, where Jimmy Kimmel is an honorary mayor, some residents worry about U.S. free speech. So apparently there is a town in Canada known affectionately as Dildo.
Excellent.
Finally.
It's fun to know. And Jimmy Kimmel's an honorary mayor. But the bigger point was this was kind of a crazy thing that happened, kind of the whole thing happened on Commercial Week where he basically said nothing. He basically said that it was probably a MAGA guy who shot Charlie Kirk, and then Disney basically suspended him indefinitely.
And lost
within a couple of days.
And lost $3 billion.
And lost a ton of money because I know that I
A lot of
canceled
money.
Hulu immediately after this happened. And what I saw was 1.6 million people canceled Disney Plus within the following week. So they backed away. They reversed it. And you know what? Bad on them initially, but I'm fucking so thankful that like they finally stood up to this because like
Me too. It's pretty
already
scary.
you know. And I wish it was ABC. I wish they had or was it who was it the ABC's Disney too? Now?
It's Iger. It's Iger. Bob Iger.
Iger, yeah. But who was the Kimmel or not Kimmel, but Colbert? Basically the same thing, and they didn't. They just went. Now it wasn't as directly attributed. They just said we're ending the Tonight Show, but it's same ballpark, same suspect, chili dogs. So anyway, kind of a weird story, but Kimmel's back, and apparently what I saw the other day is like late night ratings in general are up like 20 to 30% because people were like reminded about late night comedy, which is kind of funny. So one step away from.
So we literally finished our last podcast, and that news broke an hour after we got done.
Yeah.
And we were just like, what the, because we do talk to each other when we're not on this thing.
Surprise.
And so, I was just like, what the fuck? But yeah,
it was scary.
It was scary.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't want to like sound like, but no,
I
it
was legit like, holy shit, we're here.
I was like, where are we? Yeah, it's scary. And I don't think a lot of people get that. But even like, I mean, even Ted Cruz of all people, like spoke out like within hours and was like,
when you're on the same side as Ted Cruz, it's really bad. Like that's not
really bad. Yeah.
Well, actually, if you're on the other side of Ted Cruz, it's really bad.
Oh, that's true. That's a very.
But yeah, so I mean that, and he, now they seem to have kind of dropped it. There's a lot of shit going on right now, with all the indictments and everything. So there's and apparently there's peace in the Middle East now again.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, hey guys, we didn't mention that our little Trumpy bear didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize.
He did not. Oh, he did not.
Even though Netanyahu nominated for 4, he should get 4 Nobel Peace Prizes. And I'm just like,
Peace Prizes. Somebody tweeted out, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, a meme of Fox News saying there should be a Trump Peace Prize.
Yeah, there should be.
Yeah.
Wow, there should be.
Some lady with big,
I can't wait. I can't wait for that award ceremony.
Gold lame, big tits.
Yeah.
On the thing.
Underage. Talk about his sexy boats again, or lack thereof.
Underage Miss Teen Pageant women, presenting the.
Oh, yeah, that's where we're at. Oh, man.
Yep, that's where we're at.
The Trump Peace Prize. Yeah, he should just give himself an award. That's kind of where we're at, right?
I mean, that's really where we're at, for real.
Giving him an award. Be like,
I mean, my favorite example, and I don't know if we talked about this or not, but when he was, he got to hold the trophy for the World Cup, and he was like, I got to keep this, right? And they're like,
he was serious.
They gave him a copy of it. It's just like, they're just like,
so
whatever.
weird.
It is very
bizarro. Yeah.
It is. He is the toddler with the nuclear button. Literally. It's like he's a toddler with the nuclear button. Like that is where,
terrifying.
Well, anyway, that was
very nice.
Better things to come.
Yeah, those were good.
But
those were
very
good.
Nice.
Thanks, guys.
I've got
I don't control the world. I just watch it.
Watch it burn. Sometimes.
I watch it burn.
So this is from Daily Beast about our patron saint Nicolas Cage. This happened years ago, but it's come out recently in a book. Nicolas Cage threw Lisa Marie Presley's $65,000 engagement ring into the ocean. Have you guys ever heard this story?
No, not that part of the story.
So everybody knows that like Nicolas Cage is obsessed with Elvis Presley, like nobody else on the face of the planet. So of course he married Lisa Marie Presley. I guess Priscilla has a chapter dedicated to this in her book, As I Leave You, Life After Elvis, where she talks about them beefing, as they often did, on his yacht. and he took her engagement ring off her finger and threw it into the ocean, Nick Cage style.
Yeah, Nick Cage.
Just that mental image is chef's kiss.
Yeah,
Amazing.
it's
So
very,
if you want to, read the whole story, you can check that book out. The next headline is from Independent. Alex Jones raises eyebrows by growing Hitler mustache, then says it makes him more attractive to women. Did you guys happen to see this?
I did not. No. I mean,
to the type of women that Alex Jones would date and who would be attracted to Alex Jones, I think a Hitler mustache probably does make him more
actually,
attractive.
to be fair, if I think about Alex Jones and his attraction level to women in general, or just humans in general, but let's say women.
Yes.
He's at a -5 anyway, so maybe he took it up to like
I am a
-3.
woman, and I can say, gross, like beyond gross. New word for gross. He's so nasty.
I like to think
he's
humans,
so desperate to like get more views on his stupid YouTube or whatever the fuck.
Isn't he? Shouldn't he be in jail for not paying off all that money?
That's what
at this
I'm
point?
saying.
Yeah, that's something's clearly wrong when you can be sued for like what did he? It was like hundreds of millions of dollars. And like that is fucked up. Like that is just because it's all protected under his company and like that's 100% bullshit. That like I know. We have to be in the same place where he's got a right to say this crazy ass shit, but it's just like, but then like, it just, oh my God.
It is insane. I mean, he literally said being a white guy that has German features, classical German features with a Hitler mustache. And it was very interesting. And then he said, I could tell you it had a wild effect on women.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? And who are these women?
Also, are you sure that you know how to read a woman?
Is this woman a blow-up doll? Like, let's just be real.
Oh, he's too rich for a blow-up doll.
And he's so weird. Like,
that's true. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. He probably he's got like a main line to the crazy. So combination of a lot of cash and he's doing all right for himself.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, he's probably got that
actually
prison inmate vibe kind of thing going on, with women,
Gross.
Yeah.
It's
write
so
letters
weird.
to Alex Jones, even though he's a free man.
He's so.
Remember when you said frogs gave us gonorrhea? I thought it's so hot. That was so moist.
So hot. God, what a hot take from a hot guy.
Heil Hitler.
He really revs my engine. All right. Moving on. Actually, this is a good segue. The 50K Taco Bell Ultra Marathon in Denver is not for the faint of heart. Have you guys heard about this?
No.
Okay, so this happened in Denver at the end of September.
Okay.
And literally it's a 50K, which is insane in general, and only like 31 people did it. But throughout the course, and it literally goes like all through Denver a number of times, you have to hit 10 Taco Bells and you have to order at least 9 and you have to order a certain amount of food.
Oh my god.
So literally these people are shitting their pants.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like not even halfway, like a couple Taco Bells through the race. It is the most ridiculous fucking but it's fascinating. So I highly recommend everybody check it out. There's a ton of articles on it. Yeah.
Where is that Netflix series? That I would watch.
I would watch
that too.
Yeah.
Yes. Because apparently like these people are bored. So they're like trying to throw in all of these like curveballs into these ultra marathons now. And I'm just like, that is one hell of a curveball.
It is.
I don't even want to walk after I've had a taco supreme. You know what I mean?
I got it. Chariots of fire sauce. Thank you.
Oh my god.
Netflix, call me. I'm available.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Sometimes it just happens. The thing. Who was that? We used to work with a guy who did ultra marathons, and he told us that was the dirty little secret of like professional runners is like it just makes them all shit, and so they just like they find yards to shit in and bushes, and apparently it's just like a thing that professional runners like know about because
Yeah, we
but
worked with
anyway.
2 guys that did a 50K, Nick and Steve, and
And 100K.
and 100K.
Whoa.
Which
And
is
it's just like, and you know,
Unreal.
they could not remember their name. They were so out of it by the time they got to the end, and people were hydrating them, and they couldn't remember their fucking girlfriend's name. And I mean, they're just, I mean, it's just like, I
and
get
it
a
like
run.
hurts your
Wow.
body forever.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it
Forever.
fucking
Yeah.
breaks your body. Like it's
Yeah.
so the fact that they were able, those are great American athletes. The fact that they could run a 50K, which is unbelievable in its own right, but
Yeah.
also eat Taco Bell
You're
9
right.
times in a
You're
single
right.
day.
It's quite the feat, honestly.
I hope somebody did a documentary.
I mean,
That's a marathon I would hold up signs for. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
the
yeah.
people
Oh,
at the
hell
New York
yes.
Marathon,
Oh,
I
yeah.
never have really, well, I did it once. But that I would be like, yeah, go guys, go. Like, you know,
I mean-
cheering them on.
I mean, just try to imagine you yourself trying to eat Taco Bell 9 times in one day. It would just minus the
way.
running. Just
No
minus the running.
way.
Yeah, right.
It's like, you know.
Oh,
No.
it's
And
too
that's
hard. It's
no.
too hard.
Effectively what I
Oh.
try to do with Taco Shop when I'm back in Hayes, but I can only do like maybe 3 visits in a day. I think I've done 3 visits in a day.
I've done 3 visits in
I
a
think
day.
that's
I
the-
work there all day, so I
that's
just constantly
true.
eat it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I would say a good one. If they're going to do, Long John Silver's should get onto this, because you can only eat Long John Silver's twice a year at the most.
That's true.
You know,
that is true.
So like, you know, that would be like,
Even the app tells you that. The other day he was like, it's not time yet. And I was like, oh, thank you. Yes, I do have the Long John Silver's app. You know, I'm a fan twice a year. Yeah.
Oh my god. No, and then just a couple others. R.I.P. Jane Goodall, 91,
Yeah.
passed away. That is super sad. But she
did it.
she saw it coming. She lived a great life.
Yeah.
I mean, hell. She doesn't need to see what's around the corner. Leave it to us, Jane.
Yeah.
And then
that's gonna be. We'll be great stewards. We promise. Yeah. Better to tap out now. Yeah.
Yep. And then my old band teacher, Earl Blower, passed away. I know some people from Hayes know of Mr. Blower. His wife was also my 5th grade teacher. He was 88 years old. He was the first guy when I got 3rd chair in flute. He told me if I practiced more, I could get 1st chair, and I laughed in his face and said, "That's not going to happen." And then he laughed back. Great guy, great sense of humor.
That's a great story.
Yeah, I love that dude.
You laugh even
R.I.P.
harder.
Mr. Blower. I can't call you Earl because that doesn't sound right. But
Doesn't feel right. Yeah.
a little sad. Yeah. But that's it. We have headlined.
Nice.
We should plug.
I'll plug. Let's see. Plugs. So the new season of English Teacher came out on Hulu. We watched all of it immediately. It was very good.
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was out. Fuck. Okay.
I mean, it's just as good as the first season, maybe a little bit better.
Cool.
And yeah. So
now we were confused by this because, like, on Hulu, because I thought that originally it dropped like 4 episodes, and we just like kept watching it, and like they didn't end. And actually, the date. Do they release on FX like after they do on Hulu? Because we were able to watch every episode, and it was like a fun surprise.
Yeah, like that's a weird thing that they're doing with FX, because they did the same thing with Futurama, which is another plug, where they drop all of them on Hulu, and then you can watch them come out periodically on FX. Okay. So
with all the success that cable is having, they've decided to let's make them wait a little longer. That's an interesting tactic. Yeah. Okay.
I did watch the new season of Futurama. Now, because it was a beloved show of mine, and I just love it so much, the last season of Futurama was almost unplugged last year because it was so bad.
Man.
There were like 3 episodes that were really good, but this season was better. It doesn't have as much bite as it used to have, but you know, it's more about teaching kids at this point, and about like climate change and stuff like that. But they make it in a very funny way, so that's fine. I didn't really watch a bunch of movies. I will say that the new Wednesday record came out. Headline, I would say definitely one of the top 3 of the year already. I don't know what else is coming out this year, but it is very good. Wednesday, and it's called Bleeds, and it's really hard to explain. It's country, but it's like Southern storyteller. That's what it says on this button here or on the sticker. But it's also super rock and noisy, and it's like art
Cool.
rock mixed with country. It's really good. And their last record was really good. It was one of my favorite records of the 2 years ago. And then Motion City Soundtrack released their first record in like 10 years. Um,
No way.
yeah,
Oh shit.
and
Okay.
yeah, definitely. If you're a fan, or if you're not a fan and you're not familiar with it, you should listen. You should check it out. The name of the record is "Same Old Wasted Wonderful World." I don't know if it's as good as some of their classics, but it's still cool that they're still doing it.
Yeah.
And so I would recommend this record as well. So Motion City Soundtrack, but definitely Wednesday if you like
And
thoughtful,
in the running for one of your favorite records of the year.
for
That's
sure.
got to be
Up
pretty
Wow.
there,
good. Okay.
Yeah.
up there with the Wet Leg and a couple other things that have come out this year. So
Oh my
uh,
God. Wet Legs playing Denver in December. So
oh,
Cool.
excited.
may have to may have to come to that because they're not playing here.
May have to.
May have
They're
to.
not?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just saying, guys. It's going to
Yeah.
be a good one.
I mean, Beth's are coming here. That's exciting. And Rat Boys are coming,
Same.
and Wednesday are coming, and we got tickets for those next
Nice.
next
Hell
fall,
yeah.
next spring.
Oh, those are going to be fun.
Yeah. So
How
anyway,
much were those tickets, by the way?
Rat Boys was like with fees, it was like 26, and Wednesday with fees was like 35. So not a lot.
Nice.
Yeah. So
And how much were your Beth's tickets?
they were like, well, I got the upper tier, so they were like 45, but that comes with a private bar and a chair and a
Oh,
table,
nice.
and it's
I
above
hate living in Denver, man.
it's a
Sometimes.
it's above the GA, so you can sit up there and it's perfect, So that was well worth the money, But they only sell like 40 of them, so you have to like get them right
Really,
away.
yeah,
Yeah,
snatch them up.
yeah. So
Nice.
anyway, so yeah, those are my plugs. So go ahead.
Very nice.
Very nice.
We're gonna do
Smith?
unplugs as a second
We'll
round,
do a
or did
second
you have an
round. Yeah.
unplug? All right, we'll do a second round. We'll wrap back around. Yeah. So couple. We did go see One Battle After Another, the new Paul Thomas Anderson movie
Yay.
in the old theater, and very good, very good. Not quite like what I was expecting at all, but it is very sort of I guess relevant in these here times,
Yep.
and it is just. Yeah, it's without giving too much away. It's basically about kind of a guy who his daughter is kidnapped, and he just kind of loses it, and it's nuts. It's good. It's good to check it out. One of the better movies I've seen this summer. Yeah, I don't know, not a whole lot to say about it. Just good. It also pisses MAGA off. MAGA is like, there's like, this is calls for vigilantism.
Yeah.
And
No, I haven't seen that. That was fun.
Yeah.
where do they find all this time for rage? It's just like, I think they wake up and like
Angry.
they kick open like the paper and they're like, what am I going to be outraged about today? It's like, oh, a movie I'll never see.
Right? Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Larry the Cable Guy's retiring. God damn it! No, I've not done. Also, documentary I found. I don't know if I'm guessing you can probably pay to stream this, but with the passing of Jane Goodall, I remember there's a documentary that came out a few years ago called Jane. Was released in 2017, and it is.
I think I saw that.
It is exceptional. It's all footage that was taken, like it's all comprised of footage
Yes,
that was
I have
taken
seen
like
it.
in the
Yep.
late 50s and 60s by her husband, who was in his own right kind of one of the most renowned like nature cinematographers.
Yeah.
And it is beautiful. Like it's hard to
Yeah.
believe that it was shot like 60 years ago, 60 plus years ago, and a really just fascinating story about, it's not kind of like a narrative retrospective by any means. It's really just kind of her, what she was doing out there as they filmed it. Highly, highly, highly recommend watching it. And I think, yeah, that's all I had. English Teacher, also check it out.
Oh yeah.
Quite
I'm going to
good.
watch that tonight.
Quite
so
good.
excited. Although I've been watching Monster on what is it? Ed Gein, the latest. Ugh.
Yeah, that's where I'm wrapping around back to. That's
Yeah, I've only made it 3 episodes in, and I'm like, God, I
Yeah.
regret this to a certain extent. Okay, I just have a couple of plugs. While I was traveling, I finished an audiobook by Jeff Hiller called Actress of a Certain Age. Jeff Hiller you may not know, but he recently won the Emmy for his performance in Somebody Somewhere.
Yeah.
If you have not watched
Oh,
that
yeah,
yet,
that
you
guy.
should.
Okay.
Hilarious book. I would suggest the audiobook because he's just adorable and very funny. And so definitely check that out. I think it's actually, if you have like the Spotify premium, it's for free on that. So
Is it a bio? Is it a fiction or is it like a?
it's kind of a biography about him finding success in his middle age, like, when he hit like 45.
Okay.
So the struggles that he goes through in, his 20s and 30s, obviously, and then early 40s, and then almost giving up, and then, finally making it, which you've heard a million times, but the way that he tells it is very funny, very witty. He's also obsessed with biographies by actresses. So he opens up every chapter with like the names of the chapters are books by other actresses. So for example, the first chapter is Girl Walks Into a Bar by Rachel Dratch. And he gives a, synopsis of like how Rachel Dratch, it took her a while to get to where she's at, things like that. So it's uniquely done and it's super funny. So highly recommend that, especially for road trips or just trips in general. And then there's a new album out by Flock of Dimes, The Life You Save. Jen Wassner, this is one of her solo or her second solo album. She's a part of Wyoke, which I also love. She's got beautiful voice. It's like introspective, ethereal indie pop music. I love it. I'm a big fan of hers. So definitely check that out. And then I feel like I already plugged it, but I'm going to plug it again. You should all go to Oktoberfest in Munich at least once. But if not, just go to Munich. I love Munich. That was like one of those places I've visited in Europe where I'm like, I could actually live here. This place is amazing. Like, it's pretty fucking beautiful. It reminds me a lot of like the good parts of Kansas in a weird way, the farmland and whatnot. But the way that, I don't know, the people are just gorgeous and they're like really smart and nice. I never felt like they were like, un-American. A lot of them were like, do you want to try German or do you want to speak in English? Like, they were just very friendly. I never came across an asshole, unlike Paris. There
I
were
was
a
going to
couple
say,
of
when you
French
contrasted against Paris, back to back, I'm guessing it was pretty appreciable.
There's some jerks there, but big fan of Germany in general. So that is it. Those are the plugs.
Very good.
My unplug this week is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is
Nice.
no. I've been really angry. I've been really disappointed.
It's a
with
love-hate relationship.
The thing is, I have to, because I'm looking for work. I have to look at it all the time. And,
Oh my God, so funny.
And so it's just the new Facebook, and people. I mean, they put stuff on there, and ostensibly sometimes it's about work, but sometimes it's just grievances and
True.
And it's just like, come on, guys. It was like, let's like, why don't you just say you're looking to hire somebody and not say like, what I really am upset about is AI filtering out. And I'm like, yeah,
Oh my God, the AI rants
we're
are just
all upset
obnoxious.
about that. Yeah, just it's AI is replacing QA assurance, and it's just like, okay, I don't care. Anyway, that's it. But because it has become Facebook, and now but you have to be part of it if you want to do it, because part of the algorithms, the AI algorithms, if you submit if this is true, if you submit a resume, a lot of the algorithms go and cross-reference your LinkedIn page to see how many.
Yeah, you have to have one.
How many things you have, like how many recommendations you have, how many recommendations of certain skill set, and all this stuff. So it's real weird. It's real weird now. Anyway, that's it.
Well, you've always had to play the professionals game, so I guess I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
So, doesn't make it right.
No.
My new spinoff podcast doesn't make it right.
Or our new Netflix stand-up
with Matthew Smith.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh, going right to Netflix, huh?
Yeah. It doesn't make it right. Yeah. Matt Smith.
Doesn't make it right. That shit ain't right.
Yeah, okay. That shit ain't right.
My unplugged is the aforementioned latest installment of the Monster series on Netflix about Ed Gein. Was that yours too? No.
No, it's not, but I'm almost there.
So it is, and it's not that it's like badly done, or it's just it's hard to watch. And Don, I think you agree with me on this. Like, we're not like, the kind of people that are are real sensitive about this kind of material, and it is just like it almost like trying to. I don't know. It's just hard to watch. Like, it's done.
Yeah, there are some scenes in it where I'm like, really, Ryan Murphy, you had to do this.
Yeah, and I almost read it. And I won't give it this much credit, but I almost like read it as like a self-satire, like of the whole, like, I don't know, like it, like that's what I would claim Ryan Murphy. If I were you, I'd be like, oh yeah, it was just this brilliant self-satire, and you all misunderstood it.
Leave it at that. Yeah,
you got The Sopranos wrong too, dumbass. But no, this one, I have the reason. I like we've gotten through. I think we're getting close to the end. I think we're like through 5 or 6 episodes. We don't rarely fall asleep during TV shows and just call it. I think we've done that.
Jonas fell asleep during the second one.
So that is my Rotten Tomato-ometer, is did we fall asleep to it? Can we start this at 11:45 p.m. and will we fall asleep, or will we make it? I think that's a good scale.
It is a good
but I had to read, there were a couple of reviews that I had to read on Rotten Tomatoes. Now this one reminded me of your earlier discussion, Dawson. In execution, the series is high on its own farts, which is fitting because the Ed Gein story has all the impact of a wet one. Another one, this comes from Judy Berman from Time Magazine, a show that hates itself. And then Bob Grimm from the Reno News and Review said, shows like this are proof that God hates you. Which,
wow, those are excellent.
That is a good review. That is a good review.
Might I add, Smith, I don't know if you, and I'm not ruining anything, she's in the trailer for it, but did your heart drop out of your chest when Laurie Metcalf comes into scene and plays his mother? I was like, no, why are you in this world now? You were doing so good outside of it. Fuck.
No, he does, like, to his, Charlie Hunnam something, he's the guy from, I think most people know from Sons of Anarchy, which I did watch, is fine.
He did a great job. I mean, he's doing a great job.
He does a really good job in this. It's just I don't know. It's hard to put my finger on what it is about it that just, because it's not just like it's disgusting, right? Like, I love stuff that's disgusting for the sake of being disgusting.
But I think that they're trying to be clever because they do this thing where they're like constantly going back and forth between different storylines, and trying to connect them. I'm not ruining anything by saying
that's what they're trying to do.
It's hard.
There were
see the connections.
3 movies that were based on Ed Gein. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Silence of the Lambs. And
Manhunter?
another one.
Manhunter? Was it? That was
all of those. Yeah.
Well, that was
the other
Leatherface. No, the Leatherface is
Psycho.
Psycho.
I mean, Psycho.
It's just, I don't know. It's very. I don't know. Like, again, it's an unplug, but if you've seen the other 2 seasons of Monster, you might like it, maybe.
Yeah,
it's just, I don't know. Anyway.
I'm kind of over Ryan Murphy's whole shtick.
I think everybody's over Ryan Murphy. You know? Yeah. I think this, I don't know. We'll see. But it's getting savaged. So
Kim Kardashian is now one of his stars, like in another fucking series about women divorce lawyers. Like, what the fuck?
I honestly can say the only show I've ever seen by Ryan Murphy, and not because I'm not interested, it's just because I'm not don't really watch that kind of stuff, is Scream Queens, and that was excellent. I thought that was really
You
good.
did like Scream Queens. I need to maybe watch that.
I really like that show, and it's got Jamie Lee Curtis in the great role.
I love her. Yeah.
And so, but other than that, I've kind of watched episodes of American Horror Story here and there, and blah blah. But yeah. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's on my unplug. Just
that's a good one.
I'm gonna finish it. We'll finish it, but
Yeah, I'm gonna finish it too. But
so far not
so good. It's like you're Dexter. You can't not watch it.
Yeah, kind of.
No, but I actually liked the latest season of Dexter. I ended up really liking it. So which
I'm gonna give it a shot. I gave the last reboot. This is like the 3rd or 4th reboot. They've done so many reboots of that show.
Like the 4th one.
Yeah.
But I think I like it because Uma Thurman's in it and Peter Dinklage. So
we'll watch it.
Whatever. Like, they agreed to it. I'm gonna give it a shot, and I'm glad I did.
I'll give it a shot.
Okay, so I know like Germany was one of my plugs, but one part of Germany that I don't like is that the drinking age is 16. So when we were at Oktoberfest, one thing I did not mention was the second day that we were there. And that's when I started to get a cold and not feel great. And I was drinking water a lot. So I had to go to the bathroom a lot. I have never in my life seen so many kids getting hammered in one place. And I grew up in Hays,
Hey,
Kansas.
Yeah, I was just
I
gonna
was gonna
say, like, come
I
on.
mean, guys, there was one time I was going to the bathroom. There was a kid walking, I'm talking barely 16, wobbling like Day of the Living Dead. Like he's just like, projectile for like 5 feet all over the place. People, all of us had to jump over. Like, I'm not exaggerating. Like, and that just continued to happen. We were sitting at our table having lunch. There was a 16-year-old there on the stairs doing this number. And we're like, oh no, here it comes. Projectile again. Like, it's just maybe that's not such a great idea, Germany. Just saying. Or just don't let them into the festival.
Honor and tradition.
Yeah. No. Ugh. So nasty. Anyway, not a fan. Not a fan.
Yeah.
Object. I object.
It's a
Yes.
pretty good one. Also,
God,
something,
I bet,
but
I bet
also,
16-year-olds look so young. Oh God.
although to be
Yeah.
fair, 18-year-old Dawson would not take that same stance. So there's
No,
kind of
18-year-old Dawson would be slapping me right now. What's your problem? You don't like fun? Yeah.
all
To
right.
be old.
Yeah.
All right.
Be old.
That's it. Always a pleasure, guys.
It was. Welcome back.
We'll do this next week.
Yeah,
We'll
I
get
think
back
we're gonna
on the
try.
routine.
We're gonna try.
Yeah.
We'll try. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm in. You know,
I'm
me.
in.
We're not quite into the holidays, so we'll try to be more
That's true.
consistent.
Oh
people.
yeah,
That's
that's right.
true.
We got to get a few in before.
Before the mess.
Yeah,
holiday.
before the mess. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys doing the Halloween decorations?
Well, I'm supposed
Oh,
to.
yeah, we
Yeah.
Jonas did today. Yeah,
I'm
I'll send you guys a couple
I'm
pictures.
supposed to
People
bring them
love
up.
Halloween. It is the new Christmas. Like people go
It's my
batshit for
favorite.
Halloween now, and I like
Yeah.
that. I like that. Yeah. So
There's I'm supposed to bring up the box. We have a small box. I'm supposed to bring the
Ooh,
box up
nice.
tonight.
Yay, that's exciting.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you a real quick story. There's a house down the block, and their house is just decked out in Halloween shit. And earlier this week, it was so loud when you go outside. Like they had one of those motion sensor things that would go off and be like, oh, 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 oh. And like anytime somebody walked by, something flew by, like it was just constantly going on. The next day, because I'm pretty sure the HOA shut that shit down. There's nothing. Wiped.
it's
Yeah.
gone.
So do everyone a service and
That's
like
funny.
tone that shit down, people.
Yeah.
Little PSA from Jabberjaw.
That's
All right. Always a pleasure. What will Tyson do this week to close us out? We don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm on the hat thing. So this is the most ostentatious, obnoxious hat I've ever seen, and I begged a woman at a convention to own it, and she had one left, and she gave it to me. Gold lame in RA. Come on, people.
Lovely.
The hat over the headphones is.
You could be pointing a gun at me and I'd be looking at the hat. Like, yeah, it's amazing.
Bye, everybody. Happy NRA.